There we go. Check, check. Perfect. All right, buddy. Buddy. Take this off. All right. Getting his big old blanket off of him. Not going to be too happy with me since he's going to be cold now. Oh, it's a good boy. Let's see. Good boy. All right. Got him all undressed. Ooh, he's nice and warm for now. Oh. Usually they're super itchy once you take their coolers off and their blankets off. Builds a little rapport if you can get them all nice and scratched up. You can see he's liking that quite a bit. But that was a super heavy blanket he had on, so let's get him all scratched here. That's a good boy. Start the adjustment off on the right foot. Oh, buddy. You get that out of your mouth. There's a good boy. I think I interrupted his breakfast, but doesn't seem too upset about it. So this is Rainier. He's a dressage horse. He's about 20 years old. I've been working on him for probably about 1.5 years now or so. And he's just the nicest boy. He's one of those horses that were a little hesitant when I first started working on him. He's like, 20 or so, and you could tell that he had never been adjusted before. Maybe he had some massage or something like that, but he would be perfectly fine with like the nice, easy, slow. Ooh, good boy. Good release there. With the nice, easy, slow movements, but when you did a quick adjustment, he would get super excited and it would startle him. But now he's just super nice and quiet, seems to really enjoy his adjustments. Once in a while he can get a little squirrely and just want to walk outside. But for the most part, he just stands right here and chills out. So it's pretty awesome. I feel like he's got some muscle spasm going on the right side of his withers there. And tightness on the right side of the wither will prevent, or not prevent, but it'll make more difficult for him to rotate his head to the right side, because as the head goes around to the right, the withers have to rotate to the left. So you get this movement right here. Head goes right, withers go left. Head goes left, withers go right. So if the muscles are tight on the right side, it doesn't allow the withers to rotate to the left, which will restrict head movement to the right. So I'm going to hit this flexion pressure point one more time, see if I can't get him to, oh, there we go, flex through the wither. And you notice at the end there, his head kind of dropped. And that head drop is coming from flexion of the withers. So I try to get that pressure point engaged in the pelvis to the point where they drop the head, so I know that I've achieved that flexion stretch going all the way up to the withers from the SI joints. This is another one, so you can see his head coming down even more. And that's a little pressure point there at the sternum. And if you're pushing on the sternum, which is right under the withers, you'll get that pinpoint flexion up at the withers as well. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, happy ever after. Hello, Jacqueline. Hello, Angel Witch. You too, brother. Appreciate it. Good morning, Tulip Ranch. Hello, Daria. Good morning, everybody. It's a little cold out here this morning. Don't usually have to layer up in Arizona, but I'm sure it'll get up to 65 again by the middle of the day. Should be super nice. I've got a lot of horses to do today, and I think I've got 10 on the schedule. I'm hoping to actually go live on 6 of them, so if you guys don't have a crazy busy day and want to watch a few, today's going to be a really good day for some lives. You can you see how he's fussing when I'm trying to bring his head around to the right? And if you remember, I said his withers are tight on the right, which will make it difficult for him to rotate that direction. And that's why I love using these pressure points, because it will confirm what I suspect without forcing him to do the motion manually, like pulling him around. So you can hit those pressure points, and then you can really see what they're willing to do and what they're not willing to do. So that just confirms I'm on the right track with that tightness in the wither. Let's see. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, he's really, really fussy on that left side, so. But that, I think, is more coming from down in the shoulder, because he's just sensitive just when I'm pushing there. So got some work to do on Rainier today. Let's see. Try to keep up with the comments while I'm working. Hello, Olga. Thomas, good morning, sir. Back him up just a little bit. I think he wants to say hi too. So first things first, let's check the pole, see how he feels up here. Doesn't seem to be reactive up there at all. Check the hyoid. Hyoid is so important, guys. If you've got horses and you've never checked their hyoid, do so, because if there's issues going on up under here and they're sore, you can see where I'm pushing right here. You can also use the back part of the halter and just put your fingers up in there right behind that strap. But if they've got issues in the hyoid that aren't being addressed, it'll screw them up all the way back to the pelvis, and you'll be trying to fix things, and you're just not finding the problem because it actually originates from up under here. Especially when you think you've got a pole issue. You know, horses can definitely have pole issues. I adjust them all the time, but if they have a hyoid problem and they seem to be sore at the pole, it's most likely coming from down here. So it's a really big thing you need to check and address. Good morning, Stacy. Good morning, Shackleton. Thank you guys for hopping into lives. I appreciate it. If you don't mind tapping that like button for me, I'd really appreciate that. Just try to keep up with the number of likes and try to get one from everyone that's watching. That would be awesome. All right, so not a whole lot that I'm concerned about up here. Oh, but you can see him right there. He's kind of walking around that pressure when I'm trying to laterally flex this pole over to the left side. He's just wanting to walk away from that. So I'm going to check this side one more time. Good boy. Yeah, so he's definitely not real happy with that. He's pretty resistant to left lateral bending at the pole. Let's check him to the right. So you can see that he's much more willing to actually laterally flex his pole, or what a lot of people call break over at the pole, to the right. But when I ask him to come to the left, head goes up. You can see he just is restricted there. So let's adjust that there. Good boy. I'll give him that for a little second here. Good boy. Sometimes it can take him a minute to let it go. He's a little frozen in time right now. Relax, Bubba. Good boy. Good boy. The other thing with him is that we know he's got some arthritis in his lower neck. Awesome, thanks for subscribing. Happy ever after, appreciate it. Awesome, thanks Shackleton, appreciate it. Yeah, it's great to have more people subscribing on YouTube, since it looks like we're going to be losing TikTok here pretty soon, which I still don't think TikTok's going away. Call me crazy, but you know, just in case, it's nice that people are moving over to YouTube. I think YouTube Shorts is like the closest thing we've got to TikTok, so hopefully more people come over. But I think when you guys like the lives, and obviously when you subscribe, it tells YouTube that you obviously enjoy the content, so they end up sharing it more, and more people get to see it on their feed. So I appreciate when you guys like stuff and interact, ask questions. It's awesome. Thanks, Shackleton. Hey guys, let me know if you have any questions about what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep doing lives on YouTube. I have a really big following on TikTok. I'm up to 700,000 followers, but TikTok just doesn't treat their creators very well. I mean, I'll do lives for 2-3 hours, and I'll get a message from TikTok that I've monetized the live, and it's like 51 cents. Like, it's just a joke. It's like, why even bother? Meanwhile, you get creators with a fraction of the followers that I have, and they're making $4,000 or $5,000 a month. I just don't know if TikTok really propagates stuff with animals. You know, Facebook really doesn't either, but Facebook does a lot better than TikTok. Let's see. And YouTube really likes it, so. Oof. Yeah, he's real fussy in his neck today. So we'll just work on that, try to get him loosened up a little bit. And he has been diagnosed with arthritis in his neck, so we know he's got that. There we go. So I'll just stretch him out, see if I can get him to come around this way. Good boy. Oh, there's a nice little release there. Good boy. Good boy. That's why I love stretching these guys, and I love teaching people how to stretch their horses, because you don't have to do an adjustment a lot of the time to get these guys to release. All you have to do is know where to place the proper amount of pressure, and you can just stretch them, and you'll get things to release quite a bit. Good boy, good boy, good boy. There's another one. Good boy. That's really good movement there. And just doing stuff like that really helps them, helps their performance, helps them to be comfortable. You know, when you do stuff that feels good for them, it builds rapport. So if you guys do want to learn how to stretch your horses, I'm pretty sure I have that linked in my description, but you can just go to my website, Sport Horse Chiropractic, if you want to take a look at that. And I'm putting together a community as well. So if you buy the stretching Masterclass, you'll immediately get put into the community, and I'll be doing one-on-ones there. We'll be doing, you know, like subscriber-only videos there. We'll be doing Q&As. I'll be posting new stretches and new things you can do. I'll be updating you about supplements and modalities and all of that stuff. So if you just want a place where you can go for some information, especially holistic equine information, and stuff for dogs as well, go ahead and take a look at that. Shoulders, I'll be doing the shoulders here in a minute. I'm not quite ready for that yet. Good morning, Tekla. Yeah, it's chilly here too, but I'm sure you guys got me beat out there. It's like probably 35, 40 degrees here this morning. No, it's not a filly. This is Rainier. He's a gelding. Thank you, Santana. Glad you liked the videos. You don't use TikTok. Why don't you use TikTok? TikTok's become my little search engine. Thank you, Elaine, appreciate it. All right, so let's check him up in extension. Good boy. Oh, it's all right, buddy. It's a good boy. So as soon as I start to push his head up, you can see him kind of flinch and pull back. And then the other thing he was doing too was, there he goes, was he started to push his head down into my hand. So there was an immediate resistance to extension. So I'm gonna try to put his head on my shoulder and just see if I can't loosen this up a little bit. There we go, good boy. Good boy. So when I'm doing this, I'm really just thinking that my hand is a hook. Like I'm not using my hand to pull his head down. My hand is just resting at the base of his skull, pretty much on top of his first cervical vertebrae called the atlas. And I'm just leaning away. So my hand's like a hook and I'm just kind of leaning this way. I'm not using my arm or the muscles in my arm to pull him down. I'm just attaching to my contact point with my hand and then using my body and kind of leaning away. That way it's more comfortable for them. It feels more like an ask, like I'm asking them to come down instead of pulling them down. And I'm just overlapping my right hand with my left hand. Give that a little motion up there. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. He's such a sweet guy. That's a good boy. Good boy. Really nice horse. Ooh, missing some comments. Yeah, you were right before. I know you said it was a gelding first. Or actually you said it was a colt, I believe, but yeah. Ah, I got you, Happy. I don't care if it's Chinese owned or American owned. They're all using our data for frivolous purposes. I think that's, the government can say, well, it's Chinese owned, but all the servers are managed in the US. It's basically run by the United States and it's majority owned by the United States. So it's ridiculous. It's just a show. But you can't tell me that Facebook and Google and YouTube and all the other platforms aren't using your data for illicit purposes. They're all doing it. Don't buy into the hype. No, he is not just a baby. He's 20. Love that, Angel. That's hilarious. My data's not that important. I'm with you. I still want to know how they figure out what I'm thinking and start showing me advertisements for stuff that I'm thinking about and I haven't talked about it. That happens to me quite a bit. I'm not sure about you guys, but I'll just be thinking about something and I'll sure as shit get an advertisement pop up for it. It's really, really weird. Maybe I had mentioned it at some point, but there's been plenty of times where I'm pretty sure I haven't, and all of a sudden I start seeing advertisements for things that I've just thought about. Good boy. Oh, that's a good boy. Good boy. Good boy. He's just softening up. This is great. Again, he's a little arthritic, so I don't want to put huge adjustments into his lower neck. I just want to put some motion in there, and there we go. Just try to release the areas that are stuck without applying too much pressure to the vertebrae where there's arthritic changes. Yeah, he looks young, but he's not. It just takes really good care of him. When was he gelded, or was he? No way he wasn't. I don't know when he was gelded. He's not my horse, but he's definitely a gelding. Awesome. Guys, thanks so much for the likes. Really appreciate it. If you feel like you want to hit that share button, that would be amazing also. But thank you so much for the likes. I really appreciate that, guys. All right. So let's check his front legs. Awesome. So I always check the feet first, make sure the shoes look good, make sure there is no twisting or abnormal wear on the shoe. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Super flexible for an older guy. Oh, hello, sir. Just gonna rest your head on my head or what? Oh, easy, buddy. Easy, easy. Good boy. Good boy. You can kind of see him getting a little squirrely, a little concerned there. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, good boy. So also, you know, I'm stretching a cold horse that hasn't been out yet today. So just like people, if you're stretching when you're cold, and you just want to kind of take it easy. If he's fighting something, just let him have it. Try to support him. Sometimes you'll have to let him go and reset and then come back and then resume the stretch. But you don't want to force a horse that's cold to do a stretch that he's clearly uncomfortable doing, because that could just mean he's got some inflammation in that joint, right? If I'm stretching his shoulder and it's cold, that joint's going to be a little bit more sore than it would be if he's warmed up. It's like when you get up out of bed and you've got arthritis, osteoarthritis, and you stand up and it's like, oh man. And then all of a sudden the muscles stop spasming and relax, and then you can get moving around. A lot of time when you stretch a horse and you bring that leg forward, they're like, oh, pulling it back, and then they'll go, oh, okay. So you got to give time for that muscle spasm to relax so that you can get that good stretch in there. Oh, that's sweet, Carolina. Thank you. Oh, sweet. Thank you, Christina. Appreciate that. Thank you for sharing it, Christina. Appreciate that. Good morning, Cindy. Good to see you. Hope you had a nice Christmas and New Year's. I don't think I've seen you on here since before then. All right, so let's get this right front taken care of. Oh, there we go. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with his feet. They just keep the bow boots on him just to protect him. That's all. Some people do the boots. Some people do, oh, hi, buddy. Some people do the leg wraps. You know, there's some people use duct tape. But his owners keep his bow boots on him just to protect him from clipping himself. Oh, buddy. Oh, what a good boy. And you can tell this guy's not like super in your pocket, or, you know, not a whole lot of goofy personality to this one. Just a solid horse. Sweet horse. You know, very reliable. Good boy. Let you do what you need to do. Definitely have a healthy respect for horses like this. I love the goofy ones and the ones that are always playing with my beard and screwing with me while I'm working on them, but he's not that one. He's just kind of like, thanks for taking care of me. Now let me go back to my food. Yeah, it does, Sarah. It feels super good for them. And I've got a whole stretching course for horses on my website if you want to learn more and learn how to do some of the things that I'm doing. It's linked down in the description. And I also have a giveaway on my website where I wrote a guide to teach you guys how to help your horses with their hind end issues that they're having, whether it's lead changes, you know, painful SI, short striding, swapping leads, all that type of stuff. So if you go to my website, you can get that downloaded for free as well. Sweet, sounds good, Christina. Thanks. Oh man, I hope it's good stuff mostly, Cindy. Vet tape. Vet tape? Are you talking about the kinesio tape for horses? Don't get me started on that. I think it's one of the biggest cons they've got going on with equine therapy is kinesio tape, which I love it for people, but the application of it on horses is ridiculous in my opinion. Good morning, Janae. Roblox girly, hello. My son was a Roblox kid for a long time. Now he's strictly Fortnite. Oh, check his flexion here on this right hind. Oh, there we go. Good boy. Good boy. That was nice. That was nice. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Sweet. Big release on that stifle. Hello, Pito. It's a good boy. Usually I'm working outside when I'm doing my lives at this facility, but today it's a little chilly. Just figured I would just stay in here. Oh, let's back up a little bit, buddy. Good boy, back. Sweet, there we go. Good boy. Oh, he's gonna go to the bathroom, so we'll give him a minute to do that. He's feeling good. It's a good sign when they're pooping. Luca, good morning. How do you say good morning in Italian? Buen dia, but that sounds more Spanish to me. Oh, the tape. Got it. Tape for the feet. Brazil. Bom dia, right? In Brazil. In Portuguese. Portuguesa. Bom dia. Buongiorno. Oh, there we go. Buongiorno. That makes sense. Oh, hi, buddy. I've been doing this for 8 years. Hello. Boa tarde. Oh, good afternoon. Boa tarde. Is it afternoon there already? See, now he's getting curious and getting a little playful. That's how you know you're helping him. Hello, buddy. He's a good boy. Now he's just over here playing with my hat. Yes, sir. You can see the look coming in his face, like he's just starting to relax a little bit. Hey, big guy. You good boy. You good boy. Huh. Such a nice horse. Hello, Aaliyah. From France. Wow, that's awesome. Our graphics. Hello, good morning. 9:50 a.m. in Nolans. I probably just butchered that bad. Nolans. Thank you, Happy. Appreciate it. Man, it's funny because once in a while I'll have to discipline a horse because he's trying to bite or just not behaving or trying to kick or trying to run me over, and people will get so upset about it, like I'm just abusing the horse, and they'll say, oh, the horses are scared of you, and what do you do to them off camera, and blah blah blah. And I mean, it couldn't be further from the truth. Like I love these horses that I work on. I treat them like they're my own. You know, it's just sometimes you gotta put them in their place so they understand that they can't get away with bad behavior. So I mean, I think I treat them pretty well, as evidenced by what Rainier's doing here. He's just resting his head. Hey, buddy boy. Good boy. Huh? You sleep, pie? Can I get that out of your eyeball? Good boy. I mean, Oh, you're a good boy. Oh, awesome. Hello, Camille. Yeah, he is. Hey, buddy. He knows who the star of the show is. It's like, hey, move out of my way. This is Rainier, 20-year-old dressage horse. Hey, buddy. Oh, just got the sweetest face, doesn't he? Thank you for all the likes, you guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, you got to correct it. The problem is, you know, you've got certain horse people out there that are, they're just cuckoo, right? They don't understand the neurology. They don't understand how the horse's brain works. And they just think you treat them like dogs, like you give them treats and, you pet them and you give them all this positive reinforcement. You don't correct bad behavior physically, like if they try to kick you, you don't kick them back. If they bite you, you don't smack them in the mouth. And horses learn more from negative reinforcement than positive. That's why you don't feed a horse treats when they do something good. You just release the pressure. Because then they're going to learn that the only time they're going to want to do something good is if they get a treat. And some people will, if they do something bad, they'll give their horses treats, like they're bribing them into good behavior. But all you're doing is you're giving them a hit of dopamine, and they're going to go, oh, when I bite, I get a cookie. That feels good. I want that reward. And so you're just teaching them bad behaviors. So then I come along and I work on the horse, and I got to correct it so I don't get injured. Hey, don't bite my ear. I know they're big, but you don't got to play with them. He's literally sticking my ear in his nostril. Do you have peonies? Do I have isn't peonies a flower? Working on the phone? What does that mean? No, I'm not hiring. But we are located in Arizona. People humanize animals, 100%, 100%. Yeah, absolutely, Sean, for sure. I mean, people don't understand how horses correct each other in a herd, and they do it subtly, right? A mare who wants you to move away from her will pull her head up. She'll take a weird, side eye at you. Then her ears will start to pin. Then her face will get tense. Then she'll turn her ass towards you. Then she'll lift a leg towards you, and then wham! Like they will be very, very brutal with each other. And if one horse bites one horse, they'll bite them harder right back. Like it's brutal, and they're just establishing the hierarchy, right? And a horse that doesn't understand its place in the hierarchy is a very nervous, very neurotic horse. So, and that's, when they're with you, they're trying to establish, okay, who's the dominant one here? Who's the alpha? And what's my place? And they're not trying to be pushy with it or be mean with it, but they need to know, because if you're the alpha, then they'll back down and be the subordinate one. And if they get to take advantage of you and you back away when they give you their bad behaviors, then they're going, okay, now I'm the alpha and I'm the dominant one. And they'll treat you like that. So you have to establish proper hierarchy when you're working with the horse. Thank you, Sarah. You have a blessed day as well. Thank you. Awesome, Poppy. Good morning, Charles. Thank you. Oh, Levine. I go out to Levine quite a bit. I'm in Santan Valley today, out in the East Valley. Uh-oh, Cindy's getting busy deleting. Watch out. Better behave yourselves. Flip them over by their nostrils, huh? Winnie the Kick. All right, let's get his left hind done, and then I'll be all done with him. Good boy. Good boy. Let's bring this side up. Good boy. He's kind of leaning into that. So initially, when you start to, oh, there we go. When you start to stretch them out, they'll kind of pull back away from you, And you kind of have to go with them and let them do that, and then they'll come back and reset. It's almost like they get that initial, oh, it's tight, and then they're like, oh, okay, you can do that. And also they have to get their balance. So you pick a leg up off the ground, you start moving it around, they have to shift around to maintain their balance. So you got to kind of let them do that as well. We are at the Lasagna Dairy. Lasagna Dairy? That's a funny name. Oh, hey, buddy. Love that head drop down below the withers. That's a super good sign. Let's get his jaw nice and stretched out. Check his teeth and TMJ. This is just a little pressure point on the gum line, just to get him to chew and stretch his TMJ, make sure he's able to move that lower jaw equally to both directions. Hey, there you go, good boy. And I'm not pushing on anything here, even though I called it a pressure point. My thumb's just in his mouth in a certain spot that makes them start to chew. And this fussiness just means I need to work this a little bit, so I'm just gonna hold it until he stops throwing his head around. Good boy. Sometimes they throw their head around too because they think you're gonna put something in their mouth like medicine. Good boy. There you go, good boy. That's a good boy, good boy. See, so that's just a little bit of training there in itself, is like, once he does what I want and he stretches and holds it without throwing his head around, then I take that pressure out, and that's his reward, right? And that's when he'll sit here and start licking and chewing and taking deep breaths and nuzzling me and stuff like that. But if I hold that thing, even when he's doing what I want, he's not going to understand that he's doing something good. La Salvia Dairy, okay. That makes more sense than the Lasagna Dairy. All right, so you can see his head position, right? His head's down below the wither, ears are nice and flat, his face is nice and soft, he's licking and chewing. All good things that you want to see. So I'm just going to do the other side now. Always do both sides because they have two TMJs, right? One on either side of their face. So we want to make sure that we stretch them both equally and that he's equally as fussy on one side as he is on the other. Good boy. Oh, oh, good boy. Good boy. There we go. Just waiting for that stretch. Good boy. Stretch without the head toss would be nice. Good boy. There we go. Hey, stop. There we go. That's what we want. Want that extension and that and then you can let it go. That's what we're looking for with the TMJ stuff. Yeah, 100%. Definitely a big difference between punishment and discipline. You know, in some ways the punishment is the discipline, right? Or the discipline is a punishment, but you know, you're not being abusive to the animal. You know, you're helping them out. And a lot of times once you do that correction / punishment, you know, the horse will go, okay, and they'll just sit there and chill out. I have a video on Instagram that I posted probably a month or two ago now, of me correcting a horse, and people just went nuts. Like I backed the horse up and I kind of used the halter and I backed him up like this and got him out of my space, and because he bit me in the shoulder, and people just got so upset about it. But then the rest of the video, he's just down here nice and relaxed and just chilling out the whole time. And sometimes it's just what they need, so they understand their position in the hierarchy, and that helps them to relax. So without that certainty of where they're at in the dominance chain, they just cannot relax, and they're nervous, neurotic animals. All right, so I'm all done with this good boy. There we go. I'm gonna keep his blanket off, but I'll put his fly mask back on. It's just gonna be too warm to keep their blankets on all day. So if anybody doesn't know, this is a fly mask. A lot of people will ask me, why is he wearing a blindfold? Oops, sorry, buddy. You're a good boy. You know, why is he wearing a blindfold? It's like, it's not a blindfold. It's just a fly mask. Yeah, guys, if you can smash that like button for me, I would really appreciate it. That would be awesome. All right. Lock up his door there. Is that full? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna set the phone down for a second so I can hang up his halter. Whoop. There we go. Awesome. This blanket there. All right. We have another horse to go do at this barn. Working on here. Her name is Lena. Lena? Oops. Let's see. No, I'm sorry. Her name is Fiona. I used to work on Corby. If you've watched any of my videos at this place, usually after I work on Rainier, I work on Corby, but he's retired now, so I'm gonna be working on this cute little mare. Hey, sweetie pie. Hey, sweetheart. All right, let's do this. All right. All right. Well, she is a big girl. You can see how big she is. Let me see, maybe I'll work on her outside because it's pretty big or she's a pretty big girl. We'll try to work on her in here first. There's a lot of food on the ground, so she might be more interested in eating than standing still. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So let's get her blanket off here. Oh, that's really tight. There we go. She's like, what is going on here right now? There we go. Good girl. She seems like a sweetie pie. So she has the same owner as Rainier. There we go. All right, let's move her back. Come on. Good girl. You all right? You all right? Easy. Good girl. Ooh, she's a little pissy at the horse next to her. Hey. Hey, stop. All right, let's get her blanket off here. Oh, good girl. All right. Good morning, Candace. Ruby Pookie, good morning. That's right. What if I said she's a big, beautiful girl? No, that doesn't sound good either. Hey, sweethearts. Ready? Oh. I remember I was at dinner one day with my dad and my sister. I think it was like this is a holiday dinner of some sort. And the subject of my sister being athletic and being a bruiser in soccer came up, and my dad said to her, he goes, well, you've always been a good-sized girl. And he hasn't lived that comment down yet. I don't think he will. Hello, Marcy. Thanks, Charles. I appreciate it. Oh, I translated. Thank you, sir. Special breed. Oh, thank you, Colleen. All right, so you can see she's quite a bit bigger. Uh-oh. She's quite a bit Wow, how do I say this and be polite towards a lady horse? She's a larger breed. She's a bigger breed. She's taller than Rainier. Oh, but as you can see, got another super sweet one on our hands here. She's very muscular and in great shape. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, Cindy. I'm trying. Oh, man. Ooh. It's crazy how you can just put your hands on a horse and you can just feel, like you can feel their energy. You can feel how their demeanor is. You can feel if they're sweet or nasty or if you got to be careful around them. And she's just so nice, so sweet. Like I've never worked on her before, yet I don't feel like I have to be concerned about anything with her. She healthy. Yeah, that's awesome. She's a healthy girl. All right. There we go. Yeah, I mean she could care less, right? She's just sitting here eating her breakfast, happy as can be. So we'll just do a little lateral flexion of her pelvis here. Just see how she's moving, see if she's comfortable. Just see if I notice any muscle spasms or tightening up when I bring her over like this. And you can see her kind of moving around a little bit. And that's more about what I was talking about earlier, which is, you know, when you're doing this stuff, you have to allow them to get their balance and reposition their feet. Oh, there we go. That was a nice little release at her sacrum there. You know, you don't want to force them to stand there when they're not able to maintain their balance, obviously. Uh-oh. Got an upset donkey back there. Come here, sweetie pie. Come here, sweetie pie. So one bad thing about working on horses early in the morning is that it's their breakfast time. So they get fed. Sometimes if you are working on them while they're eating, oh, there we go. Or if you're working on them when they just got their food and then you have to take them away from their food, they can get a little pissy. But she's doing good. And I don't mind if they eat while I'm working on them. Good girl. Good girl. All right, so we'll hit some pressure points in the pelvis here. If you guys haven't hit that like button or the share button yet and you don't mind doing it, that would be awesome. Let's drop our pelvis down and forward here. Excellent. And then let's bring her back up. Good girl. Good girl. Starting to get warm already. I have to lose a layer here in a second. Oh, where's a good girl? Oh, she's a sweetie pie. Gotta love horses like this. Big boned, yeah. Oh, hello, Xana Marie. Yeah, I've been doing my lives, maybe not quite as frequently since around Christmas time, but today I'll be hopefully doing around 6 of them, so should be a lot for you to watch today. I know, Cindy, you screwed up. Ooh. I know, what's that, sweetie? Well, ouchie there. Oh, and this is a pressure point on the sternum that I use to lift their back and really flex the wither. And a lot of times, the mares specifically just don't like that pressure. So it's not uncommon for them to fuss and throw their head around when you push that pressure point on the sternum. There we go. Good girl. And after I do that wither adjustment, I'm just gonna hit this pressure point one more time. Oh man. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. I know. That was good. She is a sweetie pie. Sweetie pie. Oh. Good morning, Gouda. Good morning, Emma. All right. Oh, don't get your finger stuck in there. That would not be good. All right, let's see if she can come around and touch where I'm pushing here. Oh, that's a good girl. Nice release there too. Good girl. That's one of the pressure points that I teach in my equine stretching course that's linked in the description of the live. These pressure points are awesome because it gets them to move their own bodies. And if you can get them to move around and touch certain spots, you can get them to release in areas where they're tight. And it's very easy on your own bodies to do these. So, ooh, good girl. See that? Good. You can see that tight rotation. And then in order for her, the coat to come and touch my hand, she has to flex at the pole as well. So you're getting good stretch of the pole. You're getting a good stretch in the mid and lower cervicals. You're clearing out that lower cervical spine, which helps the shoulders. I mean, it's just so beneficial for them to do these pressure point stretches. And you know, they're using their own muscles to do the work. You're not forcing them to come around, or you're not doing the stretch for them. They're coming around and doing all the work themselves, which just opens them right up. Good, it got adjusted yesterday. I'm jealous. Northern Utah. I don't know of anybody in Northern Utah, but if you just go to animalchiropractic.org, you can search up your city and see who's a certified animal chiropractor near you. You can do animalchiropractic.org, or there's another one called IVCA, so India Victor Charlie Alpha.de. Those are the two certifying agencies of animal chiropractors, so you can find somebody local to you and on one of those websites. It's pretty comfortable on her pole up there. Same here. So I'm just looking for equal tension there and equal space between the backside of the mandible and the lateral edge of the first cervical vertebrae right here. And then obviously here, I'm just looking for any head tossing or signs of discomfort. And she's real comfortable at her pole. So let's try to bring her down. Just check her flexion. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Oh, yeah. What a sweetheart. And we got an audience over here. You gotta wonder what they're thinking, you know? Like, is it my turn? There we go. Back up. That's a good girl. I feel like I need to hire an actual social media manager or a social media marketer, or whatever they're calling themselves nowadays. I feel like there's got to be a way to get more out of my lives and more out of my socials with the number of followers that I have, but I just don't know the tricks to the trade or the secrets. Like, I can do the horses and someone else can do the socials. That'd be nice. Uh-oh, KHT horse is not happy. What's the matter, KHT? Oh, good girl. Because the horse looks pretty happy. I'm not sure what you're upset about. Yeah. Yeah, this horse is clearly an Arabian as well. You're right, Gouda. That was hilarious. Sponsors can help. Talk to me, Angel. Talk to me about sponsors. That was good, huh, sweetie pie? And you notice how she stopped being so interested in her food and she's just chilling out. Thank you, Goodyear, girlie. Goodyear, Arizona, or the Goodyear blimp? Goodyear, Arizona, or the Goodyear blimp? Goodyear, Arizona, or the Goodyear, girlie. Goodyear, Arizona, or the Goodyear blimp? Goodyear, Arizona, or the Goodyear, girlie. Goodyear, Arizona, or the Goodyear blimp? Goodyear, Arizona, or the Goodyear, girlie. Goodyear, Arizona, or the Goodyear blimp? Goodyear, Arizona, or the Goodyear, girlie. Goodyear, Arizona, or the Goodyear blimp? Goodyear, Arizona, or the Goodyear, girlie. Goodyear, Arizona, or the Goodyear blimp? Goodyear, Arizona, or the Goodyear, girlie. Goodyear, Arizona, or the Goodyear blimp? Goodyear, Arizona, or the Goodyear blimp? Goodyear, Arizona, or the Goodyear girlie. Goodyear, Arizona, or the Goodyear blimp? Go I'd like to be one of those people. Oh, you can. There's plenty of things you can do for animals to help them for sure. All right, let me check her pull and extension. Ooh. I always like to clear their eye boogers. They always seem to like it, you can see that. And then they love having their eyes rubbed. So I always do that for them. But you can see her enjoying that. Like, she's such a sweetie pie. Ooh. Look at that. She's like, oh yeah, that feels good. Get those eye boogers out of there. It's like one of my OCD things when I come to work on a horse. I gotta get the eye boogers out. Oh, yeah. That's a good girl. What a way to build rapport, right? Clear their eye boogers out for them, and they'll love you forever. Look, oh, good girl. Oh, she's so sweet. I love my job. Exactly. Picking off those chestnuts. It's definitely a love of mine. Good girl. She's got big old, oh, sorry Cindy. She's got nice sized feet. Is that politically correct? Ooh. Ooh, good release in the shoulder and her knee. That's all right, sweetie. You can see sometimes there's a little bit of a look of confusion, or she's just not sure what's going on. Oh. But then it starts to feel good and they figure it out. There she goes. There we go, sweetie pie. Uh-oh, we got a big old chestnut on this side. Oh man. Wow, I know, that's you. That's you, but you don't want to eat that. I know. Urgh. A lot of times when you bring the horse's legs up like this, they'll just chew their own chestnuts right off. They'll just take one bite and rip it off. But I just like pulling these things off. Look at it, they just flake right off. Anatomically, most people don't know this, but the chestnuts on a horse, these bumps here, it's their rudimentary thumbs anatomically. So, ugh. If you look at the anatomy of the front leg, that little chestnut would be their remnant thumb. It's kind of weird. And that chestnut is just a bunch of keratin that I'm picking off, which is what the fingernails are made out of mostly. Long time tire maker. Oh wow. Equine food source. I have, absolutely. I have. The problem is that the ones that I've contacted, they don't do, well, they don't give product to mobile providers. So if I had a brick and mortar, like a veterinary office or a chiropractic office, and people came to me, they would give me product, but they don't give me product as a mobile provider. So it's one of the things I've kind of run into. Oh, interesting, a VPN sponsor. So you're talking about just getting sponsored and then making little advertisements for those companies in your videos, if I understand. Yeah, most sponsors, they want a subscriber, a certain number of subscribers, not so much viewers, because you can have a high following and a low viewer count, or a high following and a high follower count on videos. So they just want the reach, and so they're looking for how many followers you have and subscribers. Exactly, Gouda, next to their wrist. It's not a knee. That's right. Love it. Niche content, no horses. Awesome. Hey, I'm open to that, Goodyear. Thank you. But I have plenty of products that I'd be interested in advertising for. just a lot of these animal companies don't have very good marketing or, you know, online marketing people, so it's difficult. Yeah, exactly, Guda. And also, I travel around to all these barns, and it's easy for me to just provide the product and rip it, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You need a sponsor. I agree, Goodyear. I'm tracking with you. Ugh. Uh-oh. Cindy's on it. Who did I make a fan of, Cindy? Oh, this horse? Well, thank you, Pterodactyl. All right, let's get this other leg done. Got to start moving along because I got to get to my next stop here in a little bit. There you go. Good girl. She's got really nice feet. She's very flexible in her legs. It's a nice horse. There we go. Good. Good girl. All right, let's see. Maybe this might be a little too close to the camera, but we'll see. That's true, very true. Could wear the merch like a NASCAR driver. Oh, I agree, Guda. That would be amazing. Oh, I'll pet her for you, Tara. Oh, I startled her. I'll pet her for you. Don't worry. She's a good girl. Oh. Well-placed patch on the jeans. Thank you, Cindy. Man, in pretty much all of my videos, I always tag Wrangler and Ariat, and I wear Double H boots, so I always tag those companies. But it's been a long time, haven't really gotten any traction with it, and it seems like they, you know, they're getting a lot of free advertising, so I need to get some contacts. I do have the contact for the marketing person at Kimes Ranch, so I do need to reach out to that person and just see if they'd be interested. She's a sweetie pie, look at this. Do I do Twitch? No, I've never done Twitch, should I? Is that a recommendation? Look at those, ears are forward. Oh, she's a sweetheart, huh? Oh, you're a good girl. She's so good. All right, let's get that back left leg done. Larger live stream audience, really? Wow, I might have to, maybe I'll create a quick Twitch account and try one of those on my lives today. I'll be doing, I should have like 4 horses this afternoon where I'm able to go live. So that would be kind of cool to check that out. Oh, good girl. Oh, there you go. I have noticed that though, like on TikTok, I'll have, you know, 200 to 300 people in on my lives, but on YouTube, you know, it's usually sub 100. This morning we had like, I think 120 at one point, which was pretty cool. Bye, Xana, thank you. Have a wonderful day. She's a warm blood. Let's see. Yeah, her name is Fiona. Favorite breed is Arabians, huh? Interesting. Why is that your favorite breed, Holler Boy Bama? Yeah, warm bloods are some of my favorites for sure. They just have the best demeanors, and they're very agreeable horses. Hey. I asked her to pick up her left, and she started picking up her right instead. Woo, woo, woo. That was a huge release in that hip. Oh, I know. Yikes. I'm a little sensitive on her glute med here as well. Let me do a little trigger point action on this thing. Wow, that was a big release on that hip. That's why you check the horse no matter what the owner's chief complaint is, because you never know what you're going to find. Yeah, those horse social media experts are something else. I mean, when I went over to Dubai and worked on horses there, I got to work on some amazing, amazing Arabians. Just beautiful, very well-mannered, just phenomenal horses. The Arabians over there, their behavior is way different than the Arabians here. It's like one of the things I was hesitant about going over there was like, do I really want to work on all these Arabian horses? Because they're just crazy here, a lot of them. But over there, just the best behaved, like sweetest horses. Sorry, girl, I'm making you drop all your food. All right, good girl. I won't torture you on that one for very long. All right, Fiona here is all set. Girl. So she can go back to her breakfast. Get this out of here. So I got some homework. I got to look up Twitch. Maybe create an account over there. Do you know why they bred for the weird noses? I just think that's what those people like who are in that, like the Arabian breed show circuit. You know, they want the small heads, the big bodies, the dished faces. To me, it's just a very, very unpleasant look. It's an unnatural look. I don't like it, and I think it just breeds like really bad personality traits, especially in the halter Arabians. But I'm sure there's a lot of people that will get offended by that and disagree with that, but from my own experience, I don't like it. All right, whoop, got it. All right. All right. Hey, sweetie. So I'm all done here. This is the Central Arizona Riding Academy in Santan Valley. Really nice place. Really nice group of people here. That was a warm blood, Nicholas. Season 1 in Outlander. I've heard about Outlander. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's a horse that a lot of, dare I say middle-aged women like. Oof, I'm gonna get in trouble for that one, I know it. It's getting warm, so I gotta shed some layers here. It's one thing when it starts out as 35 and it like warms up to 50. Oops, don't want to give everybody a show. 50 seems like 50 will feel like 75. All right, let's get that out of there. Oh, all right. right, let me get this. Let me get this into my GPS. Just give me one sec, guys. 3846. Let me pull over here. Let me do this a safe way. Be right back with you. There we go. All right. Oh, I need to flip around here, going the wrong direction. All right. Well, damn. I thought my life had ended. All right, sound is back. Yeah, you guys probably heard some non-intentional comments. Hopefully not bad. Look at Cindy still marketing for me when I'm not even on the screen. Amazing. All right, well, at least we have, hey, idiot. I love it when people are driving and they get all pissed off when you honk at them for doing something stupid. The guy just gave me one of these, like, middle fingers like this, because he doesn't know how to drive in a roundabout. Oh my gosh. Goodyear, I don't know if you heard me when I was just moving my lips earlier, but thank you very much for that $50 tip. That's pretty amazing, so thank you so much. You and Cindy are my biggest donators now. Donors, tippers. Let's see. Sweet, all good. Trying to go back through all the comments. I know, don't judge me because I'm driving. Buffering. Sent a super for me? What's a super, Goodyear? What were you holding your breath for there, Cindy? Super chat. See, I don't know enough about this stuff. I'm freaking I'm old. I think I hit the button, go live. Don't really know what I'm doing. Oh, the super chat's the donation. Got it. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. It's very nice. I really appreciate it. She sent the super chat. I know, Gouda. It's pathetic. I know. I need an expert like Thomas, but in the social media field. Maybe they can educate me a little bit. So we got 74 likes. I had a nice audience on this live. Thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna sign off here just so that I can drive safely and not cause any accidents here. But you guys have a wonderful day. I should be live again here in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'll have a couple horses to work on, and then I'll have hopefully about 4 horses to go live with this afternoon, starting around 1:30. Yeah, I gotta save some things for my paid subscribers, Cindy. You know, you had the dressed up middle finger. Yeah, I got a big dressed up middle finger from an old man that just doesn't know how to drive in the roundabouts. Hilarious. I can talk without reading the chat. What am I going to talk about, Miss Native? Gotta save some stuff to talk about on my other lives today, right? Gotta save my vocal cords. Let's celebrate their first super on a live stream. How do I celebrate? It says, let's celebrate first super on a live stream. Ooh, there we go. I'm trying to celebrate you, Goodyear. More about the horses. Well, it's more fun and easier to talk about the horses when I'm with the horses. And I'll have a lot to talk about this afternoon, so we'll get on that for sure. But thank you guys so much. Hope you have a wonderful morning. Just keep an eye out for my notifications for my next few lives today, and I hope to see you all on there. Otherwise, have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, a special thanks to Cindy. Have a good day.